Hello, everybody. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to integrate your spiritual truth, wisdom, and love into your life. Because many times we know we're missing something, and sometimes the answer is right in front of you. So let's go ahead and get started. So, a lot of people who channel any type of spiritual entity or some type of being, there's always a mission and there's always a reason of why they are channeling certain messages. Now, I go ahead and I channel Sarah. And Sarah walked among Jesus, and most of her messages center around Christ consciousness, which these are the alchemy of her teachings, which is spiritual truth, spiritual wisdom, and spiritual love. So, Sarah's insights reflect the timeless truth and profound love that Jesus shared. Each message is a beacon of life, offering guidance, clarity, and deeper connection with the divine. She provides unique messages tailored to your spiritual journey, helping you transform and remember your true purpose as a dimensional being. So, we're going to talk about each one of these and why it is important to integrate it into your life. So what I did is I went to AI because I love how AI's pictures come because it's so bright and beautiful. And so I wanted to see what it would look like if I said, just show me a picture of spiritual truth. And this is what it came up with. And I absolutely love this. And here we have the lotus flower. And the lotus flower to me represents not only enlightenment, but also whenever it closes and then it opens, it's a cycle. So your truth, your spiritual truth is going to cycle. We cycle so many times when we think we know ourselves, something changes and we adjust our energy to it. And now it's a different truth. And you've got to really understand what that truth is and what you're learning from that truth. And so, whenever you're seeing those little bubbles, that's what I'm thinking of as a different cycle. And then when I look at the tree, I'm looking at it being nourished. So, once you find out who you are and you know thyself, you nourish those roots, you nourish your tree. And then of course this has all the nature, all the earth elements in it, which is in your truth. Now, this is another picture I absolutely love. Is this man is in solitude. He is in a yoga pose. He is facing the sun to receive that energy so that he can seek himself, to find himself. And a lot of times with a busy life, it's really hard to really know thyself because you're so busy. And so it's really nice to get into nature and get into solitude and slow down. And it's very interesting. I feel like I really need to talk about this. Whenever you're sitting next to a tree and you're trying to find your truth, sometimes the tree's energy, you'll start feeling the pulsating of the tree's energy. And that will really help you find out who you are because you are a part of the earth. And so the earth wants you to find out who you are. That is your birthright. So whenever you find your spiritual truth, you're being authentic and you're living with integrity. Now, it is very difficult to know thyself, but then you have to speak your truth. You have to show everybody who you are. You have to show that integrity because you owe it to yourself. So whenever you are clear of who you are and you have that transparency, people are actually going to say, you know what, she's very confident. I see the light in her. And then some of them might go, you know what, you're different. Why are you different? And I absolutely, when they say that, it's like, yes, I am different because I have found out my spiritual truth. That's where you find your empowerment and your liberation. And so the spiritual truth can just open up so many doors. Then it opens up the door of wisdom, spiritual wisdom. You start feeling that divine presence. You start feeling that energy. You start feeling that oneness with the source. You start feeling that oneness with God, oneness with everybody, oneness with earth. And then you look at it and you go, you know what? I never have seen that before. Why didn't I know that? So it's almost like your truth and your knowledge starts kind of coming together like in a tapestry. And I love this picture because it is showing that there are divine presence around us. And there's the tree again with light coming through it because you're getting spiritual knowledge. And then it's really good to actually read spiritual text. And that it's so important to understand the different perspectives because you'll find something and you'll be going, you know what? I can put that in my truth. I can put that into my heart. I understand what this is saying. If it doesn't make any sense to you, then that is not your truth. That is not your spiritual knowledge. This next picture I love too because he is beginning to see the geometry, sacred geometry that we see once we're beginning to see the truth in the spiritual knowledge. You can start seeing all the different patterns. And if you look at nature, nature is full of geometric patterns and it is absolutely beautiful. And again, this guy is in solitude and he is in a yoga pose. And I love this light. I love the candles because that really represents the light of the divine. So whenever you are seeking spiritual wisdom and you are receiving it, you begin to understand and have different insights. And it's just like you have that moment. I remember when I was younger and I would go into a bookstore and I would like be hiding because I'd always want to go into the metaphysical section. Okay, because it just intrigued me so much. Whenever you also have spiritual wisdom, you have sound decision making. So you make the right decisions for yourself and also for everybody else. If you make the decisions right for yourself, then you're also helping others as well. But the decision making that you are looking at for yourself and your truth, sometimes people will look too much into their logical mind. They'll say, oh, okay, this is what I need in my house. This is how much it is. I don't know. This is what it will do for me. Can I afford this? So they start having all that fear coming in. If you use your intuition, you just know you need this thing, or you know the decision is correct. And so everything comes together. And I know my third child, I was going, okay, we have 2 children. I really feel like I need a third. For some reason, it's being pulled, and people go, really? You already have 2 kids. It's like, yes, I know it doesn't sound logical, but I feel in my heart that I need to have this third child. And I'm so glad I did. Also, it gives you resilience. So whenever you're going through difficult times and you have that spiritual wisdom, it helps you to find the peace in it. It helps you find the forgiveness in it. And so you become adaptable. And, have you ever seen or met a person that nothing seems like it phases them? It's like they're very calm, that nothing, they're fine with everything. And that's exactly how that's a tranquility that they have. They just feel very calm, okay, through everything. And they have reached that energy of spiritual wisdom. And also, whenever you're making these decisions, this is also how you create your life, when you manifest things into your life. So you understand what you need. So all of this leads to the highest energy, which is love. And I love this picture once again because he is in front of the sun and there are angelic beings all around him. And of course, there's the water, ocean, there is the earth, there's air, there's oxygen, of course, because he's still alive, air. So, and I love this picture because it does show just how colorful that love can be and how it brings up the light energy, and it can just show itself in so many different ways. So with love, it can bring you healing and compassion. So you can actually, with love, you find that self-love, you can heal yourself. You can also heal others with your energy. And if you show compassion, you're going to really find the self-compassion in you to help others. And that's where you grow spiritually. And you find that you know what? I'm not so bad after all. Your heart just just bubbles with enlightenment because you know who you truly are. So you can connect with other people and find that unity. We are all one. So again, this is where you find the forgiveness. This is where you accept somebody who they truly are. You love them unconditionally, and you find that self-esteem as well. And you start really growing as a spiritual person once you find this. So much personal growth when you share the love, and also when you love yourself. And I always tell people too, if you can find yourself by yourself and alone in a space doing yoga, okay, and solitude, you are actually loving yourself. You're giving yourself that time. You're giving yourself the solitude so that you can spend time with yourself. So there are so many things that you can present yourself with love. And that's when the heart chakra opens, and that's when you no longer fear love. You no longer feel moving forward, being your true self, and the integrity of everything. So we're going to see how it is when we combine all of these. And I absolutely love this picture because it has everything in it that we just talked about. And I'm going, how did AI know exactly what I was wanting? Because we got the tree in the middle. So that is you growing. And think of also, we grow and change. We have 4 seasons. So we constantly change as well. And it's so much fun to see it. And there's water and purity and love that surround us. So let's see what truth plus wisdom plus love, when you integrate it in your life, what happens. So you have holistic growth. So you know that there is something bigger than you. You find all the answers inside of you. You have holistic growth. You may not be able to prove it logically or, by reading a spiritual text, but you know all of the answers inside you. You'll start having harmonious relationships. So you'll start finding people that have the same energy as you. You'll start finding different entities that have the same energy as you. So the reason why I channel Sarah is because we have the same type of frequency for her to be able to channel her messages through me. You will also have changes in society. So your energy, as you raise it and it gets higher in frequency in that light language, the more you speak light language also will change your frequency. But what I'm talking about is the love frequency also will raise the energy of the earth. And people will start waking up and they'll start seeing the truth. They'll start seeing their spiritual wisdom, and they will know what is true and what is false beliefs. And it's almost like being in the matrix, what is real and what is unreal. And so all this together, if you start integrating it in your life, you will see different perspectives and you will start opening up. Again, that is your birthright. All right, so the synergy of love, wisdom, and truth creates a powerful force for positive change, fostering a more compassionate, enlightened, and just world. And if we integrate all of this in our life, this is what we can manifest for everybody in our world. And we can, yes, make a huge difference. So I hope that you have learned through Sarah's alchemy of spiritual truth, wisdom, and love. And just think about what each one of these mean to you. You may want to write this down in a journal and how you can integrate it into your everyday life so that you can find the enlightenment. You can find that bliss of energy and raise your energy and follow the spiritual pathway that you are supposed to follow. All right, everybody, I leave you with love. And I will see you next.